Welcome back, y'all. This is the Bluechip Breakdown, and I'm your host, Bull. I'm so happy for all of us just because I know some people might have been low-key stressing about this game, but this was one that, if y'all been watching this channel, I didn't feel like any type of way about it. I knew that Tennessee was going to come out and handle business. My only concern was, will we kind of like let the, going up against the rivalry, or going up against the rival team and all that, all the trash talk going back and forth. We let that get to us, but I just kind of felt like with all the veterans on this team that was not going to happen. This is my first time really ever hearing ZZ talk this much, or maybe even at all pregame. So I had a feeling that he was going to show up. He backed up every single bit of it. Huge win for our Tennessee Volunteers. But again, it was for me. I expected this. Okay, I think that a lot of us did too. But I know some of y'all was kind of flexing. I think some of y'all might have been a little bit concerned about it. So Tennessee's moving on, man, and I've got that game up right now. I think we'll probably see Houston. Seen them play some, you know what I'm saying? I think that we probably match up well with them too. But as always, please do make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Let me get to some of y'all's thoughts, man. Some of the people that are in here early, thank you for joining us. This one is from Miss Terry's Bathwater, saying that he's feeling elite. Hey, listen, I feel you, dog. I'm feeling this exact same way. Also saying that that Kentucky led for 32 seconds. Yeah, and you know what? I guess I wasn't even gonna get on here and talk too much trash, but they was talking some cash money stuff, wasn't they? I mean, I don't know why they felt like they were the better team. Some people really thought that. I mean, they're not a better team. Tennessee played horrible in those first two games. This again, we won by like 13 points. We really should have and could have won by like 20. And also for Miss Terry's Bathwater is saying it sent them boys back to the coal mines. You already know, baby. Love it. From my dog MG Way saying GBFO, yes, sir. Sloppy at times, but they pulled it together early on and controlled the game. Everyone on the team contributed. Yeah, I think that this was a total team effort. A lot of people stepped up. Of course, we're going to look at these stats in just a second. From my dog, excuse me, from my dog, Dwayne Mitchell, saying that Gainey had a terrific game. Driving to the lane was awesome. And that we beat Kentucky is basically a home game, or we beat them in basically a home game. Yeah, so it did look like they had a whole lot of their fans there. I mean, obviously, Vol Nation showed up, Peyton showed up. I think that that was Mr. Pratt sitting next to him. He showed up. So yeah, I mean, this was a great victory. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want everyone to overlook that or overstate that or any of that. I just feel like it was really pretty much business for us. So. The final score, if you missed the game, was 78 for Tennessee, 65 for Kentucky. So we did win by 13. Now, I said I felt like Tennessee was going to drop 80, and that we were going to hold Kentucky under 70. So we held them under 70. We almost got to 80. Now, we're running the clock out for like the past, for like the last 2 or 3 minutes. So we probably really could have got to 80. Couple of just like really weird things happened there at the end where I was like, oh yeah, Tennessee's about to get to the 80 and turn it over like twice. Iggy, I don't know what the heck he was doing. And then we ended up getting the ball back and we just, they just let us finally run that clock out. So let's look at some of the overall stats first, right? That's what I want to kind of focus on first. So looking at excuse me, y'all, this daggone pollen is killing me. So number one, field goal percentage. Tennessee was 51% from the field. That is way better than what we did in the first two games. That's outstanding. And Kentucky was at 49. They were at 50%, I think, in the previous game. They were 40% from three, which obviously that's a lot better for Tennessee than what they did before, where they were at 50% from three. Tennessee was only at 26% from three. We found other ways to get it done tonight. Free throw, 75%. That was huge. They were at 69%. As far as overall rebounds go, Tennessee had 34. They had 24. It felt like, especially in that first half, that Kentucky couldn't buy a daggum, rebound board, nothing. Like we were very dominant. Okay, and most of that did come from our bigs. I mean, look at that. Felix had 11 of them. That's big time. That is grown man basketball. And he also had he had 8 points, which is huge. He had one really big block. That was on a play when I think that it was D-Stone. He had to kind of step up and play some defense. I forgot who that was driving. Doesn't foul him, but he made the shot tough enough that Felix could come over, and that's just really good team defense. That's just good basketball, period. So definitely proud of what Felix did out there. Let's talk about turnovers too. So Tennessee had 8 and Kentucky had 12. So that's always huge. Personal fouls, they had 17. We only had 14. So there's some things that I think look good. I mean, obviously looked good in this game. That looked pretty clean. I think that we're playing well. I feel confident moving forward. So Iggy only had 8 points tonight. Okay, he only had 8 points and 4 rebounds. He still hasn't really shown up. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna have to. He was 0 for 2 from three. Got to do better. I mean, he's gonna have to do a lot better than that. And let me see how many turnovers. He had 4 turnovers. That's just really inexcusable. And the commentators were talking about how Coach Barnes in practice yesterday was really laying into Iggy. He's he's trying to get him going. We have to get him going. Okay, like from this point forward, he's got to. It's almost like just absent-mindedness. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it feels like to me. This feels like he's I don't know, it's just like he's lost or something. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like he's got like a brain fog or something. He just needs to, I don't know, maybe drink some coffee or wake up later, wake up earlier. I mean, do something. But we're gonna need for him to focus and get dialed in. I think his defense was actually good though. You know, he's doing a good job playing defense. Everybody's playing really good defense. So that's great. That's always going to keep us in pretty much every single game moving forward. All right, so next, ZZ, man, listen, balled out. 18 points. You know, he went 2 of 6 from 3, which is huge. He missed 1 free throw. He had 10 assists. So this is another double-double. I think he had double-double last game too, right? He's just playing on a totally different level. He's not ready to stop playing basketball just yet. You know, and I think he's going to continue to play after college, but he's not ready for this run to end. Gotta love ZZ, man. His defense was really good. He had 1 steal. Iggy also had 1. And ZZ only had 2 turnovers. I think that at times he was a little bit careless, but that was really whenever Tennessee was up by like 10, 15 points. Outside of that, I like what he did. You could tell that he had a sense of urgency, driving to the basket, just being tough, being physical. I think that he did a good job of moving that basketball and just doing all the things that we needed for him to do in this game. He's playing on a totally different level. So proud of ZZ. Chaz had a better game, so 17 points. That's the most that he scored in this series. I think that the second high would have been 15, and then his low was like 10. So what did he do from 3? He went 1 of 6 from 3. Now, man, listen, both teams started this game off. It looked like we were maybe nervous or just nobody's shots looked like that was falling. Chaz, he shot a lot early on, and his shots were just way off as I've seen them. But he was able to kind of pick that back up. Obviously, still scoring 17 points. That's really big for Tennessee. But I think that he played really good defense too. He finished the game with 4 rebounds. Gotta love that. He had 1 steal. It's like he had 1 turnover also. But I think that he played obviously well enough for us to win. But this was a game that coming into it, I said I feel like he needs to score 20. Didn't quite have to get to that. Didn't even get to his season average. He was I think his season average is like 18 points. He was under that, but I think that speaks volumes about what the rest of the team did. That we don't just need Chaz for us to win. It's not like last season where if DK was off, we were not going to win. We can beat you with multiple players now. So that's why I have more confidence, maybe this season than I did at this time last year, just because it was like, look, if Dalton's not scoring, we don't have much of a chance. And then outside of that, I think the Meshack, his defense was just outstanding. They give him credit right here, y'all, for 5 steals. 5 steals. I mean, we talked about it, right? He's got to guard their best scoring threat. Did a great job there. But to get 5 turnovers and also driving and, scoring, I mean, driving, turn around, fade away, splashing. That's when he's playing like this, Tennessee is very, very difficult to stop. He only dropped 4 points, but I mean, even still, you got to be very proud of his efforts out there. So who else, man? I think that K. Phillips did some pretty nice things coming off of the bench. He had 1 block. He had 2 points. He had 3 rebounds. So, he did what he pretty much always does. And Gainey, man, listen, he had a great game too. 16 points, driving to the basket. You know what I'm saying? Driving, shooting his open looks. He hit 1 of them. So 1 of 4, 25%. He also missed a free throw. We got to get that cleaned up moving forward now. But rebounds, he had 3 of them. So yeah, I think that he played really well. Actually, his defense, and actually he had 1 just crazy dunk. But and then he gets into that little scuffle with 22. And at 22 had kind of been throwing Gainey. They didn't call it earlier, but there was a time when we saw it. He just throws Gainey down. So he's out there playing dirty. He was mad that they was getting beat down. So Gainey held his ground, and I'm definitely proud of him for showing that dog. And I really think that his defense is drastically underrated. And it's just because we've got Meshack, we have ZZ, everyone always highlights them. But man, Jordan Gainey is just playing so well right now. I'm super proud of him. And then, I think that Dubar played very well too. He had 5 points, comes in off the bench, hits a daggum three. He's getting fired up. He's playing really tough defense. So, just proud of this entire team from top to bottom, just like I know y'all are too. So let me get back in here, man. Let me see what y'all talking about real quick, because I know that there's probably some chats that we have not seen just yet. Let me see what all we got. All right, so this one right here is from Dwayne Mitchell, saying that Gainey had a terrific game. Okay, yeah, so we already saw that one. This next one is coming from G-Force. It's going on G-Force, saying that that was a defensive classic, and we own the boards. On to the next one. GBO, you already know. Yeah, man, I'm gonna be scouting hard so that we can see what it's gonna take for us to win this next game versus whoever we get matched up with. And also, let me know, who would y'all rather see in this next game? Do y'all have any preference? Because I kind of don't really care. I think we're going to be fine. So from MG Way, saying that we win this game with rebounding and second chance points. Yeah, we got a lot of second chance points. Again, just really proud of the way that they played, and you could tell that it was such a strong point of emphasis in slowing them down from shooting so many threes. They didn't get as many open looks. And most of the ones that they hit, y'all, we was playing really good defense. Sometimes if you're playing up against good shooters, good offense is going to be good defense every single time. But I'm really proud of what we did out there. From Big Blade saying, "Let's go!" All right. And this one is from Dwayne Mitchell, saying that Milicic is really playing tight. He's really playing tight right now. And that it's kind of like a brain fog. Yeah, it's something that's going on. But he's going to have to get that loosened up because we will need him. From MG Wave, 5 of 19 from 3 was pretty awful shooting. Luckily, Kentucky was not shooting well at all. Yeah, we didn't shoot well versus them. And I think that it might have been just a situation where, just like we talked about with Iggy, right, where we're saying, hey, maybe it's like a brain fog or something. Maybe not exactly the same thing, but I think that sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes you feel like, well, we haven't shot well from 3 versus this team, and you just you try too hard to get that fixed. I think that was part of Tennessee's problem with shooting tonight, but hopefully that will pick up. I actually expect that it will pick up significantly in Tennessee's next game. And let me get to this one right here. Oh, my bad. Let me get to this one first. And this one is from Herman Ellison, saying that Meshack being Meshack. Yeah, listen, Meshack is a dog. Really proud of him. Really happy for him too. Super happy for him. From my dog, Timmy G, saying that we are Elite 8 bound. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got to love it. Actually, I think that we're going to go to the Final Four. I'm going to go ahead and call it right now. I think Tennessee's going. Deborah P saying that we don't want any of the Purdue voodoo. Yeah, so I kind of feel like that too, but at the same time, watching them play, they're not very good. It's not like what they had last season. I got to fix this TV because it just messed up. But yeah, I'm not scared of them. But I understand what you're saying. I think that Houston is the better team, but we can beat either one of them just from what I've seen. So next right here for my dog Matt SS, and yeah, feels good, don't it? Go Vols, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I also want to kind of highlight what we did on defense. I know that we talked about it some, but let's take a look at some of their leading scores. So 00, he had 13. I think that he did some nice things, but I'm not going to say that we shut them down because we didn't shut them down, but we played really good defense on them. People took turns with him, saw ZZ guard him. Meshack started the game off guarding him. Gainey is, that was one of the times I'm talking about. Gainey just did a beautiful job on him one time. This perfect defense. Chaz guarded him. I think that some of the bigs kind of guarded him too. So excellent job there, man. Shutting down their best scorer. Not shutting him down, but limiting him. That's huge. Who was the next leading scorer? So Williams, 22. That was really their whole offense, y'all. They couldn't do much shooting threes. They had to feed him down in that post. And, I don't think that we wanted to foul him too much. We probably could have fouled him, a couple more times and made him earn those points. But, it was like, look, we're already kind of dominating, y'all. We don't really need to do all that. So I think that's why he got as many points as he did. But even still, I'm going to give him credit. He did some nice things down there too. So Andrew Carr, he had 9. Who else? Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Butler was actually their leading scorer with 18. So he's a really good player. You know what I'm saying? I knew ZZ's has some trouble kind of guarding him. So that's the main thing that I'm looking for with these future games is do these teams have a pretty good sized guard, like with some strength to him. That's quick, that's fast, that can drive, because that was something else that Tennessee did very well in this game, as we stayed in front of them. We didn't let them blow past us all the time. And most of, I feel like almost, I mean, I don't know what percentage of their points, but it feels like most of their points kind of came off of somebody getting past one of our guards, driving, and being able to score either at the rim or us having to overhelp, and they can dish it to somebody, whatever. But that's one of the things that now I'm looking at with Tennessee. We've got to do a really good job of slowing down their, especially like their smallest guard, whoever ZZ is going to be covering. So, but even still, I think that ZZ did play really, really, really good defense. And outside of that, man, I mean, their bench. What did their bench do? Looks like they got 3 points from Brandon Garrison. Or I'm sorry, so they got 3 points from Brandon Garrison, and they got 3 from Colin Chandler. So excellent, excellent job by our volunteers. I could not be more pleased with it. Now let me see, who else do we have in here? This one right here is from my dog Unsung, saying that Felix was a beast tonight. Yeah, man, Felix played great. Really, really, really proud of him. And Matt SS is saying that it was a great compilation from those boys. So proud. Yeah, man. I could not be more prouder of the way that they stepped up, especially with again all the trash talk going back and forth. This was big. This was big for all of Vol Nation. There's been a whole lot of trash talking going on back and forth on social media, not just from the players, but obviously from fans. And I just feel like we always beat them. Like whenever it really counts, we always beat them in every single sport. That's just like we just got that over them. From my dog Timmy G, saying that slam by Felix, followed by ZZ's 3 was the nail in the coffin for them. Yeah, so I'm mad that I don't remember what they were doing with the broadcast, but they were showing something else, like showing the crowd or something. Like, we only need so many pan shots of the crowd. I want to watch the freaking game. Show it every now and then when there's timeouts. But I don't need, let's not all the time do that. But so anyway, I kind of missed that live. Then they came back and showed it, and that was actually Chaz. Chaz getting his hand up. ZZ just kind of feeling it, being a dog, taking that 3. I think he shot that over 22. I mean, Tim, that was it. That was it for sure. MG Way saying that Auburn's not looking good again. Michigan's up right now, or they're not looking good against Michigan right now. Yeah, it'd be funny to see them lose. I'm not cheering for the SEC teams. I really don't care. Even though I guess at this point it wouldn't be, it's something that you can, I guess, kind of like beat your chest about if it's like an all SEC Final Four. But from what I've seen, it's the SEC teams and it's Duke. Everybody else feels very, very manageable. I still feel good versus Auburn. I think that we can beat them, even though we wouldn't see them into the championship game. But Alabama and Duke, I think that's the game that's coming up maybe tomorrow. Got to watch that one closely too. I mean, we got to focus on this first one first, right? But I'm definitely feeling good. And then Matt SS is saying nasty boys, nasty tonight. Yeah. Getting to it. Deborah P saying that ZZ was awesome as usual. Our defense was on Kentucky like white on rice. Yeah, defense was tremendous. That's Rick Barnes. And I think he also came out too. We haven't talked about this yet, but I think that he came out. I haven't even heard it, but I just kind of read about it. I think he came out and said that he's not thinking about hanging it up. He wants to keep on coaching. Now, what I will say is if Tennessee wins the whole thing, I think that he might hang it up then. So, but that, I mean, I will be fine with that. Obviously, you want to have him back, but I mean, I'll be cool with that. You know what I mean? From Chatsworth, 1979. What's going on, Chatsworth? Saying that the Vols beat the dog meat or cat meat out of the Big Blue. Yes, sir. Love it. And from Matt SS saying that Meshack is my boy, my favorite dude. VIP Vol for life. Yeah, man. He is but all of these guys, you know what I'm saying? It's just they play like how I feel like we would play if we were on the team. See what I'm saying? Like, they play with the passion of the Tennessee fan base. But I kind of feel like all of our teams just kind of like take on the passion of this fan base. And that's why you gotta love Tennessee. It's so much fun watching it, especially whenever we're winning on such a high level. And from Unsung saying that ZZ, oh yeah, so ZZ broke the record today. And it may never get broken again if we can keep winning. So I don't remember exactly what that number was, but yeah, I mean, he's played for 4 years, right? And yeah, I don't think that that one's going to be touched. But I mean, it couldn't happen to a better player. And from Unsung, yeah, saying that y'all hit that like button. Bull has a great channel. Thank you for that, man. And from my dog Teen Junior saying GBO baby, sent them home. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From Scotty. It's hard for me to see that, man. I apologize, but man, my screen is sometimes this stuff is really, really small. But from Scotty saying GBO, thank you for joining us. T and Junior saying that the baseballs and the basketballs win tonight. Gotta love it. Yeah, so I was watching that baseball game too, and we were winning at one point. Was it 10-2 or 10-3 or something? I think that it ended like 10-5. So one of the things that I will say too, dog, is that we talked about this very early on in Tennessee's baseball season. That I feel like Doyle, he's got a lot of side to side movement. He's got to find a way to get some more vertical, like dropping down movement. Like his pitches need to drop just a little bit more. And I think that will help him as we get deeper into this thing. Now he has plenty of time to get that fixed. Obviously, he pitched well tonight, but that's just something that I was worried about going up against better batters. In the SEC, everyone's going to have really good batters. And if there's too much side-to-side movement and not enough drop, if the ball stays on that same plane, it's going to be tough to, get those consistent, or I guess to be as dominant as he looked before. But, I mean, that's to be expected because we weren't playing up against the best competition. And right here from Matt SS with all the blue chip smileys and all of that from Dirty Higgins. What's going on, Dirty Higgins? Saying what's going on, bro? Saying that we talk the talk and we walk the walk. GBO, yes, sir. From Rhonda, what's going on, Rhonda? Saying that it was a great game tonight and they were focused. Yeah, hey, look, we talked about it, right? As long as they come out focused, we have a great chance to win, and we most definitely did that. Now, again, I still feel like Iggy, he's got another step to take, but that should maybe make us have a little bit of confidence, just knowing that the team is able to still win without Chaz having to just go totally off, and without Iggy necessarily scoring at the highest level that we've seen him do this year. So we still have room to grow. I don't think that this team has necessarily peaked just yet. But now once he gets his scoring going, then it's going to be a big problem. And from Unsung saying that Doyle had 11 strikeouts. Wow, I didn't realize that he had that many. So of course I am kind of nitpicking. I'm just saying that we're seeing him giving up home runs. Which I mean that is going to happen, but even still, I think that to be able to win on a consistent basis once we get into the playoffs, because keep in mind, y'all, this channel is about winning championships. That's what we want to do. Of course, we're going to go out here and beat, the teams that we're supposed to beat. We're the number one team in the country. Yes, we're supposed to beat them, but where can we get better at? Like what little weaknesses do we see? That's all that I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad pitcher or nothing like that. Obviously, I still think he's the best pitcher in all of college baseball, but I want to see a little bit more drop off of some of his pitches. I think that he can work on that. Just move your fingers over just a taste, you know what I'm saying, and get a little bit more of a downward spin or, whatever type of spin to make the ball drop just a little bit more. That'll make him even more deadly. Just think about it. He could have had even more strikeouts tonight if he had a little bit more drop, right? He could have had maybe 15, 16. All right, so from Matt SS saying that we straight whipped that A all game. Love it, love it. And from John Majors, what's going on, John? Saying that Sherlock Holmes couldn't find a Kentucky fan tonight. Hey man, like they got some funny fans. I'm not gonna get on all of them. Some of them seem pretty cool, but they most definitely got some fans that just irk you, don't they? Just because like they talk so much and they don't ever really beat us in real situations. You know what I'm saying? So they just kind of irk me for that. But I think that as much as I hate UGA, especially like for football, but in all sports, I kind of hate Florida's basketball program. Like as much as I hate Georgia's football team. I can't stand them. They make me sick. So from Tim, he's laughing. Y'all are some fools, man. From DJ Bruce Cash. What's going on, Bruce? Saying GBO, and let's do it again Sunday. Saying that he will be there if my dog isn't still sick. Hey, listen. So first off, I hope that your dog does get well. I hope that he or she gets well soon. And I don't know if you mean your literal dog or if you're talking about your friend or whatever. But even still, man, thoughts and prayers. I am a big dog person. Okay, I love dogs. So I understand how that feels. So from Dirty Higgins saying that we were in control the whole game. Kentucky looked okay. So early on in the game. All right. So Yeah, I mean, you could kind of tell. I would say that about midway through the first half, I felt like they knew that they were in some serious trouble. And that's when 22 started to, started doing some of that ticky tack stuff, or I guess some of that like dirty stuff, borderline dirty stuff, because he was so frustrated at how the game was going. And from big, it's hard for me to see the rest of that. Saying that tail whooping, yes sir, yes sir. Unsung saying that I totally see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. From Matt SS, saying John, where the Kentucky trolls at. Yeah, man, you already know. Y'all already know how it goes, man. But that's pretty much it. I'm happy that everyone's happy. I'm happy that we're all feeling it. This was a huge, huge win in so many different ways, on so many different levels. And we gotta get back into the lab. We gotta watch this game here closely and and see what we need to get fixed moving forward. Actually, you know what? I want to ask y'all this because some of y'all maybe have watched these two teams play more than me. Do y'all have any early thoughts on what maybe Tennessee needs to do to win the upcoming game? Like, what do y'all see any holes maybe that Tennessee has, or maybe some strengths that the other teams have that Tennessee might struggle with? Because the one thing that I can tell you about Houston is that they look very athletic. That was the one thing that kind of stood out to me. I don't think that they have great size, so it could be a situation where Tennessee can win with our bigs, and maybe be able to play a little bit more small ball. But that's pretty much it. I mean, that's that they've got some good shooters, but I know that their defense is really, really good too. So, but I think that we have the type of a team that can match up well with them. But that's just me early on. Let me see if y'all. I'm gonna see if y'all have any. Okay, so maybe y'all don't have any thoughts on it just yet. I see y'all. Y'all are funny. Y'all are real funny. All right, so you know what? With all that being said, I guess we'll probably see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna come back and have some more thoughts on how these matchups look once we know exactly who we're gonna be playing. What's the score right now? So right now it is 7-8. Houston's winning, and this one right here is from my dog Tim saying that if Tennessee plays Houston, that will be a very low-scoring game. Yeah, it's two really good defenses. Again, I'm not seeing a whole lot of size, and something else that I have noticed is that these teams, when they're not playing the SEC teams, for the most part, they look really good. And then whenever they play up against SEC teams, they don't look as big, they don't look as fast, they don't look as dominant. So hopefully that's how this one's going to end up going. I feel so confident that Tennessee's going to the Final Four, y'all. I really feeling it this season. Let me see what MG Way's saying right here. So from what he's seen, that we have a similar style of play, and that we need Chaz and ZZ to have another great game. I think so. That's kind of what I've seen. They're gonna have to step up, and then Ganny too. Ganny's been doing some really, really nice things. Matt wants to see Houston. Love that. T and Junior saying that the Boilermakers is the one that, oh yeah, we definitely want to get some get back on them. And Houston is they've got some really good athletes. They play good defense, and if we show up, that we can beat either one. And Deborah right here saying that Tennessee has so Tennessee has the determination to go all the way, and that we need to have some great offense going forward. I most definitely feel you on that. And Gain has been putting in work. Yeah, so I think those are all really excellent points. I just don't see watching them play right now like they're shooting threes, they're throwing up bricks. I think that we're going to be fine. So we will see how it goes. All right, y'all. So that's going to be it. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up, but we will see y'all back tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can get P on here, and we're going to try to break down what Tennessee needs to do versus whoever we're going to be playing. We'll probably talk some about football. We'll probably talk some about baseball. I think we're playing South Carolina tomorrow at 2. The Lady Vols are playing Texas tomorrow, I think, at 7. So, we'll probably talk some about that as well. But I hope that y'all enjoy y'all's Friday night, and we will see y'all on the next one. Please do make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks. Peace.